and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. I am Jessica. This is Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and we are in the custom scenario editor building up the front entrance to our park before we switch it over into uh, scenario mode and we play it out like a real park. A couple of things that I want to kind of fix up here, I noticed, is on these ticket stands, I just kind of I'm a perfectionist, okay? So if I see something that's wrong and it drives me nuts, I have to fix it. And this part here was driving me nuts. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. And that's going to look 10 times better. All right. So, yeah, that's much better. Also, I realized I wasn't quite done with it. So we have these sort of like half wall type things, and I want to use them. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Exactly that. So I wanted to meet up there. There we go. And that's okay. The pathway can't get there. I mean, it's not a big deal. Although I could probably fix that. Let's see. How can I do that? I could take those out. I could take those out. I could take that out. Put this one there. This one there. There we go. There won't be a pathway in the middle here, but there will be on the sides. But we can put like a path cover in there and make it look like there's a pathway. So let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Okay, I think we have to select this one over here and we can place it. There we have it. So you come in, you just kind of like pick your line that you want to go into and you buy your tickets and then you enter the park. Simple. And we can go ahead and just like make this a little bit nicer. Yeah, there we go. That looks so much better. Place a bunch of flowers down around the place. Get rid of those. And voila! Much more handsome looking entrance. Let's go ahead and sort of put down some nicer looking pathways. So at least we kind of look like we know what we're doing, right? I mean, at least now we don't look completely terrible at this game. At least now we have some sort of cosmetic feel good in the park. And okay, now I also want to keep people in mind that people cannot walk on these. Well, I mean they can walk on them as long as there is a normal pathway underneath them. So a lot of times we can just use these to beauty things up and it doesn't really have any real effect. If I put one here, people can't walk on that because there's no pathway underneath it. So they're just pathway covers, but you can use them, you know, to make fake pathways if you just want to like, you know, make something look good. Especially if you know like your peeps are just gonna get all screwed up if they go off on some weird pathway. But you want to have it anyways. Well, this is a perfect way to do it. So we'll just go ahead and kind of put it down on over here. That way everything will just look really nice and pretty. And then we can move on from this. I really wish there was a better way to place these, but unfortunately it sucks like this. And if you guys would really rather me skip this kind of thing, then please do let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to oblige if that is what the majority of people would like. So far that's what we kind of have. Not much, but it's getting there. And we'll probably have some kind of like ride that takes up this area. Some kind of like, I don't know yet. We'll have to see how that goes. Because it's not that large of an area. So we'll have to see. Alright, so now the park entrance is pretty much completed. I'm gonna put in some trees just to kind of tie it all together. And I'm gonna show you these trees that I downloaded. These are kind of nice. They're really cool because they look more realistic and they're taller than normal trees that the game than the trees that the game came with. So they're really nice. And you can see that they have like a more realistic looking texture than, let's say, if I used a tree that the game included, like we would be talking about, oops, that's not what I selected. That's kind of what the game includes. Trees that are like tiny like that and kind of a weird color. So yeah, this looks much nicer with these downloaded trees. So let's go ahead and place a few more of them. Maybe not so close like that though. Maybe out there. Yeah, that's better. Much, much better. Although that one looks like it's kind of like inside the building. I don't like that. There we go. That's better. Although that's a little suffocating though, isn't it? We'll place it out there a little bit. I don't like that one. Okay, that's a little bit better if we do that. Much better. Okay, looks so much better. And then we'll just kind of place a bunch around here just to kind of fill it all in. So far, people come to the park, they come through this way, they get their tickets, and then they go through the entrance. And now that I actually have a few more trees around this place, I'm going to remove those ones that were kind of suffocating the entranceway a little bit. Okay, so I suppose I can fill this area out a little bit better. All right. I think that'll do it. Maybe one more. Bingo. I like it. Okay, so there's our entranceway. Let's go ahead and remove all of this pathway that does not belong here. And we also need to put in some injection points too, so we can actually get people to be able to come in. Now, I know there's going to be these people that don't have a pathway to walk on, but that is not our problem. There's our park guest injection point. Obviously, we're going to have an injection point here. We're going to have an injection point here, and then one here, and one here, and one here, and here, here. Place one there-ish, and like around there-ish. And then, yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it. It should be enough. There should be plenty. Alright, maybe we'll put one down there as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oops, that's facing the wrong way. Or is it? No, it's fine. Okay, cool. So, now that we have all that completed, we can save this and then we can load it up as a scenario. However, we have not really set our objectives. If we want to have any, we haven't decided whether we're going to use unlimited money or any of that sort of thing. So here's the point where we're going to do that. I don't know that I actually want to create scenario objectives for this park or have any rewards or anything like that. I don't really think that that's necessary. The only thing I am going to do though is I'm going to make sure that we actually use real money and that the rides are free. Like in a typical amusement park, you don't pay for the rides, you pay for the park. So we're going to set the park to have free rides. We're going to give ourselves a maximum loan of 30,000 and we're going to start out having about, oh, let's say 20,000. So that gives us a $50,000 starting total if we so wanted to do that. Also, our entrance fee is going to start out at $10. So that's pretty much the only thing I wanted to do. Also, I wanted to name the park, and the name of the park is going to be Dreamland. If you can come up with a better name for me, please do feel free to suggest it. I would love suggestions. I'm just kind of choosing this name for the hell of it. So now that we've done that, we could just like start to play this out, but I kind of like want to do the border. So we're going to terraform the border before we start playing with the park. So we need to I want to make mountain type stuff, so we're going to do that. There we go. I'm going to start out with some hills and then increase it from there. We'll just kind of go around and raise it all up and whatnot in a hill-like way. Alright. In fact, I'm gonna kind of make this park like a little valley, so maybe I'll even change the name of it to Dream Valley instead of Dreamland. But again, if you guys have any names that you'd like to suggest, please feel free to suggest it. I'm not picky about it, so I really would like to see what you guys would like. And at the end of this, I will definitely make this park available for download. So if after we finish it, you want to take over and play it for yourself, totally be a thing you can do. So I'm just going around and again, I'm just kind of making us a little valley type park with, I think, like a big mountain over on this side maybe. And kind of seeping into the park. That way, if we want to build a mountain ride, we pretty much already have it done. At least the terraforming for it anyways. So this will be like the really mountainous part of the park. Really type high peaks over here and stuff. That could even support water if we really wanted it to. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe. We will have to see. So, yeah, if we're gonna have like a mountain ride, which we're definitely gonna have, we'll place it over here. Um, that could even be a volcano or whatever. It could be anything that needs a big mountain. Also, I kind of want to put one in the middle, like a big hill in the middle. Although that might be a little bit too big at this point. Let's go ahead and smooth that out a little bit more. Yeah, I kind of want to have like a central hill in the middle there. And then we'll just kind of go ahead and increase these a little bit more around the corners. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's do these more for sure. Kind of raise up that stuff a bit too. And I'm not really worried about like the corners and the edges of the park being completely flat because we're not going to have any pathways on the backside there. So that's not really a concern. Oh shit, I've gone and fucked up my stuff over here. So we'll have to come back and fix that. Right. So that's looking pretty good so far. Not bad, not bad at all. We're gonna have to paint this terrain, obviously. This looks terrible the way it is. Absolutely terrible. Sort of just kind of going around and randomly making things different sizes and whatnot. Just so it kind of looks more realistic, I suppose. Although I'm starting to question it. Okay, well, now that we have that, I think we're gonna go ahead and paint this terrain up a little bit. Because we definitely want to have it, so like these cliff faces and whatnot are totally, oops, that is way too much. These cliff faces and whatnot are totally going to be covered in, sheer type stone. Not going to be covered in grass like that, I wouldn't think. So we'll just kind of paint that up. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. Maybe go up a little bit in size. Just go around it and keep painting it all up. It's going to turn into Paintbrush Simulator. It's making sure like all the places that you would totally expect to be sheer and steep kind of are reflective of that in their terrain color. And we'll fix it up by blending in more and more colors. It'll look pretty good once it's done. I know it probably looks really kind of right now, but don't worry. That's why we're painting it. We're painting it to make it look better in the end. And I do like to get all this kind of stuff done before I start building in the park because um it just feels weird if like your terrain looks like shit before you know when you're starting your park. 'Cause it's like why would anybody want to come to this park if it's got terrible looking, you know, like no landscaping, not a single tree in the place. It's like, come on. Let's be a little bit more realistic, please. And just finish doing up all these. And I'm sorry if you guys weren't expecting an episode of me just going around painting terrain, but that's what the early stages of starting a new park are like. If you're me, that is. So soon enough, we'll be building roller coasters and riding rides and doing all that fun stuff. But for now, we have this to take care of, and we're almost done, at least with this portion of it. So go ahead and add a little bit more color to it. Because I'm not so sure I would be expecting green hilltops and stuff like that, but who knows, right? That's definitely going to be painted up and stuff. Um, yeah. Well, it's going to take a little bit of work, but we'll get it. Don't worry. It always does. But once you get like the different textures in there and then you get it some trees and stuff in there, then things really start to look the way they're intended to. And it'll be such a huge difference. You will not be expecting it. Let's go ahead and get, what do we want? I would say dirt. Just to kind of splotch in a little bit of dirt. Especially on some of these taller parts. It's kind of putting in like a piece of, you know, just like one or two clicks here and there kind of helps it out in a big way. Just a few more. A couple more. Once we get some trees and stuff on here, this will really start to look better. I mean, in my opinion, it already is looking better. If you really kind of look at it, it doesn't look quite so terrible. Maybe to you it does. I don't know. To me, it actually looks a little bit more like it would in real life, but that's just me. And there's rock as well. Let's add a little bit of rock around the place. I agree, it kind of looks like snow. Maybe we should put some snow on the top of the mountain. Maybe not. I don't know. If you guys want snow on the mountains, let me know in the comments. Although, there probably won't be any comments by the time I record, in time, you know, before I record the next episode, so yeah. But let me know if you would like to see snow in the mountains, even if I don't add it. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking at this point. And we're almost done with the painting. Sorry, like I said, this is kind of turned into paintbrush simulator, but it's kind of how this goes. All right. I think it's looking 10 times better. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode here. Um, we've built some mountains. We've painted the terrain up a little bit in the mountains. It still needs work, and we'll touch it up as we go. But for now, I think I kind of want to get things moving a little bit more and maybe start getting some stuff in. So when we come back in the next episode, we'll have loaded this up in scenario mode and we'll actually be using money and guests will start coming to the park and everything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like video for me. It helps me out a lot. And comment on the video. Let me know what you guys thought. I will see you guys next time.